Hello and welcome to today's The Hub MT podcast brought to you by European Digital Innovation Hub and powered by MDIA, Malta Digital Innovation Authority. Our guest speaker today is Sam Mallia, who is a visionary leader behind Bullshark. He is also the founder and the director. Bullshark serves clients as an end-to-end digital services provider, offering a suite of integrated services across strategy, technology, marketing, and data. The company's value proposition to clients lies in driving 360 degrees growth powered through digital. Bullshark have rapidly evolved into a prominent player within the local technology and marketing space, successfully serving over 150 clients across a range of industries, both in Malta and overseas. Welcome, Sam.
Hello, thank you for having me here today.
Sam, where has this all started from? If you had to let us know from obviously what you've been through, what has led you to choose such a career in this specific field?
All right, my story started off at quite a young age, just 19 years old, and I was at university at the time, actually. I always felt a drive and a desire to get into business, so I went about it quite logically. In terms of the areas that were always of interest to me, I would definitely say that sales was one of them. The art of selling is something that fascinates me, especially how it ties into human psychology and everything. And that's what led me towards the field of marketing, which essentially is sales, except instead of selling to one person at a time, you're selling to thousands at any given point of time. So that's what led to the birth of Bullshark, essentially. When we started off, we were what I would call a marketing agency. So that was the core offering in terms of our services. As you know, today, marketing has evolved to become extremely digital first. The thing with digital marketing is that it ties in very much to the operations of a company. And as we work with clients and get to understand their business at quite an intimate level over the long run, you start to notice certain gaps within the business or areas in which you could add value. Many times these gaps or these areas of additional value could be solved or enhanced through the implementation of technology. And that's what led to the birth of our second area of service, which would be technology solutions. So the way we operate today and serve clients essentially is as an end-to-end digital partner with fully integrated solutions across marketing, tech, strategy, and data.
Well, obviously, when you can see a fast changing world, I remember back then when the companies didn't even need or have a marketing agency. Then I remember the companies moving into a marketing agency. And now, as you said, also with the use of technology, there's not a need, but I would say even a must, that obviously certain work is done to be able to fill in those gaps of what is needed in the public, obviously. If you had to tell me what would be the core needs and wants of a company to reach their clients, what would it be, even when, from your experience and when you touch these companies and meet your clients, how would you help them get to their clients?
Right, so looking at the needs and wants of a business when it comes to getting to clients, essentially can be seen in three areas. The first of which is acquiring new clients. The second is to retain those clients. And the third is to maximize what we call the lifetime value of those clients. So how much is a client spending at you over the course of their lifespan? And digital marketing really comes in across the board within each of these areas. Looking at customer acquisition and retention, the extent of targeting that's available today really allows you to personalize how deep you go in terms of pairing people with the right ads. So talking to unique audiences in terms of what really resonates to their unique pain points and unique wants. which again allows you to acquire and retain that client. Looking at the maximization of lifetime value, and then what technology has really allowed us to do within the marketing space is leverage what we call personalization at scale. So the tools that are available on the market today enable you to engage with clients on a super personal level in terms of the way you talk to them, in terms of the products from your lineup that you push to specific clients. And it allows you to do all of this, once again, in an automated manner. So cutting out, the intensive manual work that comes with that level of one-to-one selling, and allowing you to do it in a cost-effective, scalable manner.
If you had to tell us, how can technology assist a startup in getting off the ground?
Where to
because
start?
we see a lot of startups nowadays, and you were a startup way back. How would you say a startup would technology help a startup get off the ground, let's say faster or quicker?
Faster, quicker, and more efficiently, more than anything else. So looking at a startup, you're essentially starting from ground zero, which gives you an excellent platform to introduce technology and ingrain technology in the way you work from day one. Looking at, the areas of benefit in adopting technology for a startup, you first of all have the aspect of efficiency. So running your operations digitally with the right platforms in place, the right setup, and everything. The second benefit would relate to customer experience, making your business available anywhere and at any time, really personalizing the interactions that you have with each customer through the use of technologies like CRM systems, email funnels, and all of these things. And thirdly, it's the aspect of intelligence. So having a fully digitized setup within your business allows you to acquire data across each touch point relating to the business. So essentially, it completely changes the way you make decisions. You make decisions based on numbers and facts and not based on gut feeling. Another huge advantage that I would say startups have in terms of adopting technology is that it really gives them the opportunity to disrupt their market and get a leg up on the already established competition. Looking at a business that's been around for 30 plus years, the shift to digital transformation is costly. You have to break habits within the business, you need to change operating procedures, get people to work in a different way. So there's a whole operation over there. Whereas if you're starting like that from day one, fully digitized, you're never going to have to go through that process at its full scale.
Yes, this is a very big plus for startups, obviously.
Definitely. It makes them fast, it makes them agile, and once again, intelligent because of the data aspect.
How do you see AI impacting SMEs in both short-term and long-term situations?
All right, so AI as a field is still within what I would call its infancy. This year was the first time, essentially, 2023, where we've seen AI become a mainstream word altogether. So AI is going to evolve massively over the years to come. What I believe is that the businesses that really adopt AI as of today, as of the present, will gain a competitive advantage over other businesses within their industry, whilst over the long run, businesses that don't harness AI as part of their operations will get left behind up to a certain extent.
Okay. Yes, I can understand that.
There's a lot of investment going into AI. Like I said, it's a field which is going to grow rapidly and at a very large scale. So the adoption of AI is really going to be something critical for businesses over the years to come.
During these podcasts, we've explained many times what AI is, how does it function, and we talk about data and gathering data. How has data changed the way businesses make their decision? Even maybe you can give us some examples, concrete examples. By the use of gathering data, companies and businesses take different decisions than they used to, probably because of what they gather through the AI. How do you see a change in this, and how can a business make a better decision?
What I'm going to start off by addressing is the definition of data, essentially, which are raw numbers, and they enable you to spot certain patterns. Data has been available, forever, essentially. What's changed massively is that the shift to digital gives us data at our disposal in real time, essentially. So businesses that have shifted to that data-driven culture, where they are making decisions based on data, first of all, are more accurate in terms of the decisions they make. Secondly, they're a lot faster and a lot more agile. Let's say you want to make a decision about anything relating to the business, introducing a new product, bringing on a new hire, it could be anything. The data is there at your disposal, and you can make that decision based on real-time data. So once again, it's an intelligent decision and not one which is based on gut feeling or any sort of guesswork.
I do believe that businesses always try to bring data and in one way or another gather the data. Obviously, probably the traditional method used, which were far from AI, by the time you collect and process, the data will then be irrelevant, most probably. So this is what you mean by processing faster. This is what you mean, I'm assuming, yes?
Exactly. Like you're saying, going back in time, you would need to compile all of that data. You'd need to crunch down the numbers. Today, leveraging data is a matter of opening up your business intelligence dashboard and seeing the numbers there and then in front of you. So it really drives that speed. Artificial intelligence is also going to impact, the speed at which data is crunched down overall, as well as the predictions that can be formed based on certain data patterns.
I know you're still of a young age, but I am sure there has been an innovation somewhere, a technology that significantly impacted your industry or any other industry that you follow that has transformed the landscape. Would you be able to identify one that impacted a lot?
I would say there's a lot more than one. Being in the technology space, you notice that every day things are changing, technology is evolving, new things are coming out, features on existing software is changing as well, they are changing. But if I look at what I would call monumental shifts, so to speak, what we've definitely seen recently is the introduction of AI. Looking at its immediate adoption, AI has really impacted the way businesses operate overall. It allows you to automate a lot of repeat tasks. It enables you to take more informed decisions. It speeds up workflow. So there's a lot of benefits in that regard. Secondly, AI has also impacted us in terms of the actual services that we sell. We're starting to see an increase in terms of clients that look to engage us and are looking for the integration of AI within the products or solutions that we're actually developing for those clients.
Okay, so there is a need and a want from the industry, yes. I am figuring it from what you're saying.
Definitely.
There is. That's a very big thing as well, that we're not only hearing about AI, but people are actually seeking to use AI in their business, in the industry they function.
Definitely. So people are aware of AI and the wonders that AI can actually deliver. I think what really sped up the awareness of AI within the overall population was actually the introduction of what we call ChatGPT, which I'm sure everyone has heard of.
Which we mention in every podcast.
Exactly. ChatGPT is a very simple platform to use. It's an AI-driven chatbot, essentially, and it has placed the power of AI in the hands of the everyday person. You create a free account and you're on the platform. So that has really opened up people's eyes in terms of the potential benefits of artificial intelligence. And once again, as we've seen, once ChatGPT did become mainstream, it was all over the media and you wouldn't stop hearing about it. So it really drove awareness for AI in the market.
Based on your experience, what advice would you offer to founders, startups, and technology enthusiast in your sector, someone who is watching this podcast and is aspiring to do something in this industry, what would your advice be?
I think when you're starting a business, whatever it is, you tend to look at the end objective and your ultimate goal, which is good because it's what creates the ambition to actually go after that goal. But I think what is really critical is the ability to chunk down that larger goal, break it down into a smaller set of goals so that you can define the actual roadmap and steps to go after that big objective step by step and in a realistic manner.
Initiatives like what we're doing here also with the Hub MT, the podcast, and other initiatives taken also by the MDIA, what significant would you say they would have if they help fund or assist in startup projects or anyone who's starting something and wants that little bit of extra push? How would you see this helping? And if you would have given this opportunity, how would it have helped you?
I think the incentives that there are in the Maltese market currently are excellent. I mean, first of all, it really sends a message. It sends the message that Maltese policy is pushing for innovation, it's pushing for entrepreneurship and investment in tech. In terms of the way these schemes actually help businesses, I mean, the first and most obvious is the funding aspect. Many times you could have a great idea, you could have a certain ambition to go after. What the funding does essentially is it allows you to go after that goal and attain that goal in a faster manner whilst reducing your financial risk. I mean, there's a strong element of risk when you're self-financing your own business. And essentially, yes, that's it.
And obviously there's a lot of support, and support is very important, both whether it's family support, friend support, and also government support. And I think that would help a real lot in people to get their train rolling.
Definitely.
To move forward. Your final message to leave our viewers with, what would it be?
My final
Coming from such a young age.
My final message would be, I mean, essentially the opportunities that there are today are limitless. Looking at what technology has done and the way it's empowered business overall today is phenomenal. I mean, even take something simple like the internet. Whatever questions that you have, whatever gaps that you have, you're one search away from finding the information that you're after. So the tools to get into business really are at our disposal today. So I think it's really a matter of rolling up your sleeves, doing the work, and having a proper plan in place.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sam Mallia. That was the co-founder and director of Bullshark. Thank you for watching us, and we'll catch you on another podcast next time. Thank you.